Happy Monday, everybody, and welcome to Houston Life. So glad to have you with us today. Tex is in a trance.
It's like the open rolls, and he goes, whoop.
Put it down, Tex. Put that leg down.
Hang on, let's position the logo right there. Hang on, move him over. I'm sorry.
Tex just came from the groomers, I think, right? Doesn't he have a fresh haircut?
He has a fresh do. Not that anybody can tell, but I couldn't figure out what was different about him today, but they totally, like, you can see his eyes and everything. He is so bothered, he just sighed. Did you see that? He's like, whatever with these people.
Well, we missed you, Tex, over the weekend.
Look, it's sort of like half up, half down. Look at.
Oh, buddy.
Okay, all right.
Hey, happy March, by the way. Can you believe today's March 2nd already?
March 2nd.
We had Leap Day on Saturday, the 29th. Did you do any special activity for Leap Day? I think there was a puppy school.
There was a puppy school. Yeah, I was thinking, no, I didn't do a thing. I don't even remember. We did go to the cook-off on Friday, which was great.
Oh, yeah.
And I finally stopped smelling like barbecue this morning, so that's good.
When I got home that night, we had to burn all of our clothes.
I kept thinking something was on fire. No, it's just me. It's just my hair.
I have that same problem. What's on fire? Just me, every day.
But yeah, so Saturday was a big deal because it was the whole fam at the group puppy training class. And so I think that's the true test for Stephanie, the original dog whisperer. There's Connor, Oscar obviously in the middle, because that really shows sort of like if you're communicating with your dog.
Oh.
There's Oscar with his buddy Teddy and Whopper running through. Teddy's actually a girl, T-E-D-I, and they hang at Puppy Day School.
They're hugging.
Yeah. How cute is that?
And Teddy's about to bite.
Yeah. But that's their love language.
It's a playful bite, right?
It is, yeah. And then Whopper's running through, AJ and Connor intently listening.
So this is good. So the whole family, the idea is that everybody learns the commands and sort of like standard puppy training skills.
Yes, and you're in the class with other puppies. And so this was all about familiarizing, getting your dog used to being touched like on its paws. And when you go to the groomer, you check the ears. So nothing is abnormal for them. But then there's also other people going through the puppy class. So there's other dogs in there, because that's one thing you think, oh, I don't want my dog to play with your dog, or I don't know, especially when they don't have manners. But this allows them to get distracted, for you to redirect them and get used to that training scenario. And it's an hour long, and I have to tell you, it is so much fun watching all these other puppies. And it's okay, Stephanie says, to grab other people's puppies by the collar if they need like kind of a puppy timeout. And getting used to your puppy being not yanked, but grabbed and attention, because they're running without their leashes within that class. And so I'm so proud of the boys, because really it's for them, for everybody to understand how to treat and raise the puppy, because at the end of the day, they signed their contract with us, so they have to take on this responsibility.
The boys did.
Yes, yes.
Very smart.
So it's been a lot of fun, and I have to tell you, Oscar's doing great, really.
And he's growing up.
He is.
Well, I'm still waiting for him to make an appearance here on Houston Life. I don't know why we haven't met him yet.
Because I'm nervous if he poops or pees somewhere, you know?
He's a puppy. If it happens, it's not the end of the world.
I know, but then what if I'm busy doing something, working, and then he's off doing something, chewing or whatever?
Running around the building. I think Tex will take good care of Oscar.
Oh, we need a puppy stroller.
Yeah, they can nap together.
I was at this event once. No, never mind.
Tell us.
Never mind, that's for another day. Actually, that was an internal thought that I didn't realize.
You have to tell the story now. I actually already know this story. Did it involve a dog and a stroller?
It did. It did.
Why don't you tell our viewers? They want to know. Just don't say what
my
event
neck is
it
red.
was.
It was, okay, so it was a media event. So it was kind of a, well, no, not a media, but it was sort of like a preview.
Well, now you've given it away.
No, I didn't, though, because it was sort of like a preview. So, you know, there could be anybody from media, influencers. It's all kinds of people in the wild, okay? And this person who was invited.
People in the wild?
You know, just in general.
Okay, continue. I am so curious. I don't know how you're going to tell this story.
Well, it was just interesting because there was a stroller. I feel like I'm going to snort. there was a stroller, and
you thought, oh, someone has a new baby.
Someone has a baby, and this is really interesting. And actually, somebody went up to this person and thought it was a baby and turned around, and it was a dog.
That's very common, though.
For a work meeting?
I don't know.
Where there was food? I don't know.
You've all seen dogs being pushed in strollers before.
Like
a lot
at
of people
the park.
do it.
You know, at the park, maybe.
But some dogs, like a senior dog, might need...
Yes, this was not that case.
Huh.
No. Just thought it was interesting.
It's good. I mean, people take their dogs, their companions. I was in Miami over the weekend, and I actually saw some women pushing a stroller, and there were, I think it was a little, a Yorkie, a Yorkshire Terrier in the stroller. And it was sweet. I thought it was really sweet. You know, the sidewalk gets hot.
If they're going to start to, like, then maybe you should leave the dog at home if the sidewalk is hot, right? I don't know. I don't know. What if you go somewhere and they don't allow the puppy?
I know.
Then all of a sudden you've got the puppy in a stroller, but it's in a stroller. Is that okay?
I think so. But if it's a service animal, then it can go anywhere.
This is not a service animal.
How do you know?
Well, there wasn't a sign on it. Usually service animals, they wear their vest proudly.
Well, it could be an emotional support animal, though, and I don't think they wear vests, right?
I don't know,
because
but I think...
Jenny, my friend who raises guide dogs,
yes,
when they're working, they do have to wear their vests.
In training,
right?
exactly.
But I think that's different than an emotional support animal.
Yeah.
Because you don't remember that woman who wanted to take her emotional support peacock on the plane?
Yes.
I don't think that peacock had a sign.
It might have had a little vest or a shirt. I don't know.
Little cute peacock earrings.
Oh, so cute. I love peacock feathers. They're so pretty.
Peacocks are loud, though.
And they're kind of mean, right? Don't they chase you or something?
Didn't I tell you this story? So years ago,
it's very interesting to have a peacock that are... Anyway.
Do our viewers know about my ex, John? Do you guys... There's so many exes.
I don't know. There's so many. I don't know who we keep up with.
But John, he lived on a farm. He lived on a farm, and there were peacocks, like 15 peacocks.
And are they mean like geese?
Well, no, they never chased us, but they are really loud.
Yeah.
So, and there were 2 albino peacocks, totally white. I didn't even know those were a thing. They're a thing. And essentially, at night, when the sun would go down, all the peacocks would fly. We'd be in the house, and suddenly we'd hear a reindeer on the roof, but it wasn't Santa, it was the peacocks. They would fly up to the roof, and then they would fly up in the trees. And in the middle of the night, they would make these horrendous squawking noises.
Like? I don't know if I've ever heard a peacock squawk.
I could show you a video. It's like like at 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning. And John explained to me that they sort of function like guard dogs. So if like a cat came on the property or a squirrel, then that's what makes the peacocks
Why not just get a dog? No?
I don't think the peacocks were I think they were wild peacocks who just ended up living on this
The albino
farm.
ones? That's even stranger.
I know.
It's just like a
Gotta
movie.
get to the bottom of that.
Yeah.
How did we end up talking about that? So I went to Miami for the weekend.
Yeah, fabulous. I don't know how this happened.
Yeah, last week was a busy work week. And we went to Miami on Saturday morning, and that's another one of my exes, Matt, on the left, of course, with Brandon on the right. We had such a good time, though. It's always great to get away, and the flight is so short, under 2 hours.
I love Miami, first of all.
It's so fun, and you know, Matt on the left, he studied abroad in Barcelona, and so he's totally fluent in Spanish, and I know a bit of Spanish, and even Brandon does too. We spoke so much Spanish over the weekend. It was so great.
Yeah.
Because many of our Uber drivers, what's fascinating to me is so many folks who live in Miami don't speak a lick of English. And so it was great for us to be able to work on our language skills. We went over to Little Havana, Calle Ocho, and the neighborhood is filled with live Cuban music and delicious food. And there's this little walk-up mojito bar there.
Of course, you guys are belly up to the bar. I love it.
Well, it was after 9 a.m., so we figured it was time.
9:05.
But this place, when I say all we needed was 1 mojito, I'm not kidding.
It was good.
One mojito.
Why was it smoking?
Well, I think they put dry ice in there.
Oh.
Or something else that adds to the strength of
how many has he had?
The cocktail. We didn't even.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
And Matt
it's sort of the
doesn't
vibe
even
when you
dance.
get to Miami, right? You just want to let loose.
You want to let loose. I didn't even know Matt could dance until that moment. I'm telling you, one little sip of the mojito. If you guys are planning a trip to Miami, you got to go check out Little Havana and walk up to their little walk-up mojito bar.
Fabulous. Did you eat or just drink?
Yeah. Oh,
okay, I'm just kidding.
No, we had some great Cuban food.
Yes,
great
plantains and...
Yeah, rice and beans. I had some salmon. Years ago, I went to Cuba on assignment. I went to Havana a long time ago. I think this was 2003.
Okay.
And we had special permission from the State Department. I think it is such a fascinating place. It's only 90 miles from the U.S.
It's crazy.
Yet somehow, like, people aren't allowed to go there, right?
Right.
Obviously, there's a history of the embargo and the tensions and all of that. But it is such a fascinating place because it's almost like it's stuck in time. Like time stopped.
Yeah.
There are a lot of vehicles from the late 50s, like Chevy,
right.
U.S. vehicles that are still running, and great food. You can get rice and beans and chicken for like $1, $2.
Oh, amazing.
It's incredible.
Good stuff.
Yeah, you guys should go sometime. Plus, I think it's just the music. There is so much. I know we have a lot of Cuban Americans here in Houston as well, but there's something about Cuban music that just makes you want to have another mojito and...
Yes, shake your hips. Why not?
So nice.
The last time we went to Miami was with the kids. Totally different experience.
Oh, yeah.
We were there shortly for just a layover, but it was definitely a different experience. But we ate very well.
Well, maybe when they get older, you can all go out dancing or something.
Absolutely.
Go out to some of the clubs.
The clubs.
The clubs.
It's like glubs.
So there's this study, and I think this is hilarious because it is so true, on the Daily Mirror. And essentially what they're saying is that when you're having a conversation with someone and the person starts to zone out, apparently we check out within 3 minutes when we are bored with a conversation. Are you listening to me? And I think that 3 minutes is even generous.
I think that's too long. I've done this before.
After that amount of time, after the 3 minutes, most people will start randomly nodding our heads and saying,
Interesting.
Oh, wow, to make the other person think we're listening.
Why not just walk away or find an exit?
Well, that's what you do.
I'm good at that.
But for the rest of us who politely sit there for 3 hours while you tell us your family lineage.
Twice.
Have you ever noticed that, though? Sometimes I feel when I'm having a conversation with someone, it's not actually a conversation. They're just sort of monologuing at me.
Yeah, because they just want a body. They just want a warm body to hear themselves. And so it's just because they don't let you talk, number one, right?
Or they don't ask you questions because they truly are not curious about you.
Yes.
You know what Lewis and I call those people? Dumpers.
Oh, because yes.
Back in the day when Lewis and I became friends, I would sit at the coffee shop in the morning and I'd be on my laptop doing work, getting ready to go into the office, right? And sometimes you would get someone who would just come up and park and they would want to just dump all over you.
No.
Figuratively.
This is like a no dumping zone.
No dumping, figuratively. I wonder if Tex is into our conversation right now. Oh.
No, he's dreaming.
Not even.
He's not. He is. You know what? 13 minutes ago is when he closed his eyes.
1 o'clock, time for a nap.
Yep, I'm not listening to these two.
The topics most likely to make people tune out: golf.
Okay.
Celeb gossip.
Okay, I'm in on that.
Football.
I'm in.
Fashion trends.
In.
Beauty trends.
In.
The stock market.
Out.
Online dating.
Out.
Cars and hairstyles.
Like 50% out?
And veganism.
Oh. Wow.
I was at a dinner recently, and Brandon and I try to eat a plant-based diet as much as we can. We'll have a little fish here and there. I had salmon yesterday in Miami. And when this person next to me found out that Brandon and I are vegetarian, or pescatarian rather, she said, well, what do you eat? She was very concerned that we were starving. Trust me, we're not starving.
Well, and you also eat eggs.
Yeah, here and there.
Yeah.
I go through phases with eggs, though.
You went through a mage phase with the eggs recently. Remember those double, triple yolks or whatever was happening forever?
Yeah, we talked about this on the show.
Yeah.
We got a dozen eggs. They were jumbo eggs 7 of the 12 eggs had double yolks in them. 7 of them.
Bizarro.
And then we went to Christmas at my mom's house.
And that happened.
And I made breakfast one morning, and I had a double yolk. The double yolks are following me. I feel like I'm getting some sort of sign.
That's crazy. I don't know what it means. Oh, I do. I think it was fertility.
Yeah.
It was fertility. That's right.
We cannot have this conversation on the show today.
I'm ordained, just saying. I can't wait. I did it online. I'm official. Can we talk about one of your buddies, though, Marie Osmond? Like,
Oh,
you know, from Utah.
Yeah.
I love Marie. Listen, back in the day,
Same.
I had the Dottie and Marie doll. I wanted to be Marie. I was a little bit country. No, I was more rock and roll. But I loved her.
Yeah.
Orlando, back in the day, when he worked at Nordstrom in the women's shoe department, actually sold her a pair of shoes.
Really?
Back in college, yes.
We had the same agent for years.
Okay.
Marie and Donnie. And my mom knows 2 of the Osmond brothers.
Well,
you know 2 of them are deaf?
Yes, the 2 older brothers, and she's the only girl out of all the children, and the only girl, the only one that didn't go into sort of like the family business, didn't sing with the family. Her net worth is $24 million, and she has now come out to say that she's not leaving a penny to her 7 children when she passes.
Why not?
She wants them to fend for themselves, basically, and is leaving all of her wealth to charity.
That is fantastic.
Yeah?
That's fantastic. I mean, nothing against rich people, but have you ever heard that saying that the son of a rich man's son is never rich himself?
Right.
And how many people do you know who, I shouldn't even say this, I'm gonna make so many people mad. I am more impressed by someone who gets out there and makes their own money. Like, oh, you have family money, you're a millionaire because your parents were rich. What else you got? I don't know.
But here's my other question, though. Like, a lot of parents say, I work for my kids, right? Like, I work so my kids don't have to, or don't have to climb that ladder as hard as I did. Granted, she's a celebrity, and not saying she didn't have to, I mean, she had her own struggles in her own life. But to provide, and her 7 children are adult children.
Yeah, so she's
she has a
already done the
granddaughter.
job of raising her children
So
and
maybe
instilling
though
values
to
in
the
them.
grandkids or to something else. I mean, who knows? I was thinking too, you know, I think the biggest chunk for people is education. So whether you want to put your child into private school or college, and some people just, it's so expensive, they can't afford it. Why not just put it in, put a little nugget of that 24 million? I don't know.
Yeah, and
Instead of leaving them high and dry.
I think
get the whole thing of working for your own. I do.
But you think it's extreme to give nothing?
A little bit, to just kind of like, bye. I'm out.
I think we
So
should
is my
continue
money.
this. I think we should continue this conversation tomorrow.
I think so.
I do, because there are a lot of people who make great use of their money and they do great things in the world. And then sometimes you meet a kid, like the rich kid stereotype exists because sometimes, you know,
they do bad
they're not
things.
well behaved.
Exactly.
All right, let's talk about our
You
secret
thirsty?
word of the day. Yeah, Circle K. I hope you're as thirsty as we are. So we're still doing this, folks. You can still play by watching for the secret word during our 6 a.m. news Monday through Friday.
And once you know the word, head over to clicktohouston.com/Circle K to enter it. There you're going to have a chance to win some pretty cool prizes.
Like a coupon for a free Polar Pop, and one winner every week will be selected to receive a $25 Circle K gift card. That's so great that we're still doing the secret word of the day.
Absolutely. You got to watch to win. Love it. Also, guys, we have another contest to tell you about. It's called the Scramble for Boots contest. We're teaming up with Justin Boots, the best in town, to give away 3 pair of boots. One winner each week during rodeo season. The boot value is up to $300. And to enter to win at HoustonLife.tv, and rules and regulations are also posted there.
That is fantastic. 3 pairs. Go for it. And coming up today on Houston Life, how about some drive-through meals, folks? I'm going to ride along with certified nutritionist Crystal Hammett this week, and she's going to help us essentially choose the better, healthier menu items at fast food spots around town. She's also telling us what we should avoid, the calorie counts on some of these meals.
Yeah.
Staggering. Today, we're going to start with Texas favorite, Whataburger.
And it can happen. You can eat healthy in the drive-through for sure.
Yeah.
And also, registered dietitian Mary Ellen Phipps. She is in the kitchen sharing how to make that Whataburger favorite meal at home. So we're going to do this all, break it down for you. If you have some spare time in the kitchen, you're able to skip the drive-through. She's got you covered with a healthier alternative if you're looking for a burger.
All right, very cool. And next, she fought for equality when there weren't many women working in public service, and she left a mark on women's history. We're going to chat with legendary Texas lawmaker and activist Frances Sissy Farenthold right after this.
Attorney Steve Lee.
Welcome back. Women's History Month is a time to reflect upon the contributions made by trailblazing women who weren't afraid of speaking up and challenging the status quo.
And one of those women lives right here in Houston. Her work in public service spans almost an entire century. Frances Sissy Farenthold has lived a remarkable life. The first female state representative in Texas, a candidate for governor, a wife, mother of 5, and a champion of equal rights, and that just scratches the surface. Her story begins in Corpus Christi, where she was born nearly 100 years ago in 1926. Growing up in a relatively poor community, Sissy saw the struggles facing her neighbors, especially non-white minorities. As a young woman, she decided to attend college, graduating from Vassar in 1946. But she didn't stop there. She would go on to law school at the University of Texas. In her law school student body of 800, Sissy was one of just 3 women, and back then, that turned plenty of heads.
There was always a lot of talk, but I just left that alone and worked. And I'll tell you, when I had my greatest pleasure was to see my name on the honor roll.
Her mostly white, male peers would often make assumptions about why she was there. Do you think they underestimated you because you're a woman, that you were in law school just to meet a husband?
Yes, that was the assumption, that you went to meet a prospective husband. That was the last thing on my mind.
After graduating law school with honors and working at her father's law office for several years, Sissy married and raised 5 young children. She soon realized there was work to be done in the community, and she didn't approve of the job her elected leaders were doing.
They weren't getting the job done that they were supposed to. And I thought, I was voting for these people because I thought they were taking care of these things. They weren't.
A rude awakening.
A rude awakening.
Sissy ran for a seat in the Texas State House of Representatives. She won, becoming the first female representative, and just as in law school, found herself once again surrounded by men. You had 1 seat. It was you and 149 other men. What was that like, your first day entering the House
My first day,
chambers?
well, the head lobbyist turned to his employees and said, "This little lady."
Little lady. This little lady.
I was a little lady.
Wow. When people would characterize you in these offensive ways, did that make you even more determined?
I think so. I think there wasn't any question about ever quitting. I didn't have that in my head. I was going to do this.
While her male counterparts didn't give Sissy the respect she deserved, she was anything but timid. You have taken on, over the course of your career, some lightning rod issues. Vietnam, marijuana, equal rights. Not only racial equal rights, but LGBTQ plus communities.
That's right. The whole shebang.
And you did all of these things at a time when, especially here in Texas, there was not a climate that favored perspectives like yours. You were never afraid of the backlash?
No. Some legislator said to me, "Well, I'd like to do that, but I don't know if my constituency would approve of it." And I said, "I don't know whether mine will either."
But you had the courage to stand up for what you believed
whatever.
in. That fearless determination led to calls for her to be nominated for vice president during the 1972 Democratic National Convention, only the third time a woman had been considered for that role.
Madam Chairman, my name is Sissy Farenthold. I'm a member of the House of Representatives from the state of Texas.
Vote for Sissy Farenthold for Vice President of the United States. Thank you.
Out of 7 candidates for VP, Sissy, the only woman, placed second. Sissy's momentum and popularity highlighted just how far women in politics had come, but also how far they still had to go. Her name was barely recognized in the national media.
So I think that when a woman speaks, the custom was not to listen to it.
The years to come would bring 2 runs for Texas governor, being named chairman of the National Women's Political Caucus, president of Wells College in New York, opening a private law practice in Houston, teaching at the University of Houston, serving as the honorary director of the Rothko Chapel, all while continuing to advocate for human rights around the globe. All these decades later, have we made a lot of progress here?
We've made some.
Today, Sissy remains optimistic about the future of women. And regarding her own accomplishments, is there anything that stands out in your life that you feel most proud of?
I see all the mistakes.
Do you really?
Well, the things that didn't go the way I'd hoped they would. So you hang on to what does get done. That's about it.
She is incredibly humble. I know you're not the type to brag about your career and your accomplishments, but I think that if we could measure the impact that you've had, not just on your community, but the state of Texas and the broader society, I think it's fair to say that you've touched a lot of people's lives, and there are a lot of women you've inspired.
There is an awareness that I believe was not there before. I'm hopeful.
Well, you're a pioneer, whether you like it or not.
That's okay, too.
Do you admit that?
Yeah.
Okay. Such an incredible woman.
Yeah, absolutely. And the look back, the footage, the pictures, and really putting it all in perspective. And yet she focuses, she says, on the mistakes and the failures. But what an incredible story.
Incredible life, incredible career, so humble. And I was shocked when she said what you just said, that she saw all the mistakes, a true hero. And I could have spoken with her for hours.
She's fantastic.
All day
Great
long.
job.
Can't wait to see you again, Sissy. By the way, all of that historical footage and pictures, we want to thank the Rothko Chapel and the Bernard and Audrey Rappaport Center for Human Rights and Justice for their help with all of these incredible archived images.
And coming up after the break, swinging through the drive-thru for dinner tonight. Before you place that order, listen up, we're sharing how to eat healthy at Whataburger. That's coming up next.
Yes, for less.
Well, let's face it, as much as we all try to eat healthy, life gets busy. And from time to time, we need to hit up that drive-through window. Guilty.
It happens to all of us, right? So we challenged certified nutritionist Crystal Hammett to find the healthiest menu options at popular fast food places around town. And our first stop, Whataburger. All right, Crystal, Whataburger is a favorite for a lot of folks, but today what we ordered looks a little different.
You probably haven't ordered this.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going for healthy options, right? So a bunless burger is really popular. So when we ordered this, they didn't ask questions. They said, yes, ma'am, we'll get you your bunless burger. Make it bunless, please. Okay. Thank you. You too. You can get it wrapped in lettuce if you want to eat it like a burger, or use your knife and fork and be civilized and eat a little burger salad.
And cheese is okay.
Cheese is okay, some in moderation. I wouldn't eat cheese all day, every day, but if you like cheese, keep the cheese.
Okay, but no bun.
No bun, no extra condiments. Cut out the high fructose corn syrup that comes in the ketchup. It's really, unless you absolutely have to have it, it's not worth
ketchup.
it. Yeah, but you notice we also didn't order fries or onion rings.
I know,
So
or a drink.
Yeah, you can have some water. We're cutting the trans fat. Trans fat is that really bad saturated fat that is just not good for you because it's sticky in the arteries and it causes blockage. So this is when they say watch the oils that cause heart issues. Those trans fats are the big no-nos. Saturated, unsaturated fats are fine. So they fry in soybean oil. Soybean oil is a trans fat. So that's why we didn't order anything fried.
You're breaking hearts right and left with this news, Crystal.
But if you have heart conditions, if you're prone to it, if you're being preventative, of course, moderation is key. This is a great substitution. You can also order salad with chicken.
Okay.
They have a couple vinaigrettes you can use.
Be careful of the type of dressing.
Be careful with the dressing. You can go overboard with that, but there's a couple vinaigrettes that are good on the menu.
Okay, so go for the salad, skip the bun, skip the condiments, skip the fries, and skip the drink because the liquid calories are just empty calories, right?
Yes.
What are some other pro tips you have for Whataburger?
So, no bun for sure. We talked about the condiments. Oh, the soybean oil. If you're allergic to soy, be careful if you're eating here.
Gotcha.
So that's another big one. And you can build your own meals here. You can check out their website before you even come to Whataburger, and you can build your own meal, and it gives you everything. The macro, the micronutrient breakdown, the calories, all that good stuff.
All right, so again, the point is to not skip the drive-thru entirely. If you're desperate, you need to go through it, that's fine, but you do have to make some sacrifices, especially when it comes to the fries.
You
That's
might
a tough
like
one.
it.
It's tough to give up fries.
I get it.
But if it means better health, okay.
Exactly.
Us this one.
Just drink some water. I love that.
Your
You see the
face,
disappointed look?
Wah, wah. No, but I like also that Whataburger basically said, yeah, no bun, no problem.
Yeah, it was easy to order. And unless, by the way, you're really planning to splurge, Crystal also suggests avoiding the Monterey Melt sweet and spicy bacon burger and the mushroom Swiss burger.
Of course.
Sorry, folks, for the bad news. You can find more info on our website, HoustonLife.tv.
And tomorrow you're going to head out to Taco Cabana?
Yeah, Crystal will give us the 411 on their healthier food options.
Okay, sounds good. Can't wait. But first, want to learn how to recreate that Whataburger's bunless burger at home? How you can take the recipe to the next level with just a few add-ins. We're heading into the kitchen up next.
This message on NBC.
Well, we are continuing the fast food fix conversation. Registered dietitian Mary Ellen Phipps is with Milk and Honey Nutrition, is sharing how you can still have your favorite fast food options at home, but a little bit healthier. Welcome back.
Thank you. Always glad to be here.
This is great. Okay, so we're doing the bunless burger.
Right.
And basically, you've done this already. So you have a beef burger, but we could also do turkey or chicken.
Yeah, you can do any kind of burger you want. I picked up these 100% beef patties at the frozen section at HEB.
Perfect.
They're ready to go. Super great ingredients. Don't have to worry about that.
Okay. And we talked about bunless. So
Right.
what do we put on the bun but our greens, right?
Right, so you notice like Crystal, all Whataburger could offer her was like some iceberg lettuce or something, but if you're at home, you have a little more freedom to amp up the nutrition value of those greens. So we've got, you can do big leaf spinach, you can do
that's
just
this.
basic green leaf lettuce, you can do butter lettuce, or one of my favorites is collard greens. It's packed with vitamins and nutrients, and it's super easy. These bigger leaves are super easy to wrap around the patties and build your own burger.
And this is it here, right? This is before we cut it off.
Right, and so you just wash them and dry them, and then what I've done here is you cut the stem, this thing out, and then we kind of fold them over, and we're going to use 2 leaves for a burger. And we have one done already there, you can see.
Okay.
I will say it's not the most elegant thing to eat, but super tasty, because personally, I prefer my carbs in other forms, like, say, French fries or something.
Exactly. So this is what we would do. We would build our burger, put it on the leaf.
Start with your beef patty, and we've got all the toppings that Whataburger had to offer here, plus a few extras. If you're at home, you have the freedom, if you want to saute some mushrooms and onions and put that on there for extra flavor.
Yeah.
You know, you have control over the condiments you want to use. You know, you can buy higher quality ketchups or mustards or mayonnaise or things like that. And then you just kind of wrap it up there. And what I like to do is then we put one on top.
Oh, so you double it.
And then we can flip it. And we just kind of secure everything right there.
That is so awesome.
You're good to go.
It looks great, and I never thought about using collard greens, so I'm glad that you did, and it's just ready to go. It's perfect.
Right, and they're a super easy green to eat. They're not rough after you wash them and let them sit like others are. But one thing I love about doing a bunless burger is, like I said, if I'm going to pick my carb choice, I'd rather have French fries than bread, personally.
Yes, girl, yes.
So one thing I love is there are some great brands available in the frozen section of the grocery store. And all you have to do when you think about it is they fry those, they freeze them, but then at the restaurant, they're fried, frozen, and then fried again.
Right.
So these are just, you know, fried only once. Great choice with your bunless burger.
Absolutely, and they also make these in a sweet potato fry too,
Right.
if you want to kick that up a notch, but that's a great way to have a burger and fries at home. Mary Ellen, thanks so much for the meal inspo. Also, to connect with Mary Ellen, check out our website. She'll be back all week with more fast food fixes that you can do at home. Great to see you.
Thank you.
I'm definitely going to make this. Up next, Lauren Kelly is celebrating a big birthday for Dr. Seuss. Lauren, are you ready to do some reading?
Yep, and we are kicking off National Read Aloud Month here at Memorial Elementary School with the Barbara Bush Literacy Houston Foundation. We're going to learn all about Dr. Seuss and celebrate his 115th birthday coming up next after the break. Reading is one of the most important skills you can learn as a child, and we are here at Memorial Elementary School for Dr. Seuss's birthday, and these kiddos have a very special message for Dr. Seuss. Happy birthday, Dr. Seuss! We are celebrating his 115th birthday here with the Barbara Bush Literacy Foundation of Houston, and this little curiosity van is filled with books for these students to read all about and to read about Dr. Seuss. So we're going to go on up in here, and I'm going to talk to Dr. Julie Baker Fink, president of the Barbara Bush Literacy Foundation of Houston. I'm so glad to be a part of this today.
Thank you so much. We're so excited to be here at Memorial Elementary School celebrating Dr. Seuss's birthday, but also National Read Aloud Month.
Absolutely, and it kicks off today, and you know, any excuse to wear a blue wig on TV is a good one, right?
Why not? It makes it worth it, because you can wear it one more time at least.
Oh, the places you'll go. And we're also here with TRISH MORILLE. Why don't you tell us what you're doing here as well?
Oh my goodness, we are so excited to debut the Curiosity Cruiser to Memorial Elementary students. This is our amazing super library on wheels, and this has been a product of the Ladies for Literacy Guild of the Barbara Bush Houston Literacy Foundation that provides incredible programming in STEM areas, science, technology, math, robotics, engineering, the arts, writing. And in addition, today, every children here at Memorial Elementary got to choose a Dr. Seuss book for their own home library.
So they get to come in and choose one of their own, take it home. And what is so important is that reading to your kids at home, there's no age cap on that. You can do it at any age.
Absolutely. Research shows that even children, not just young children, but older children benefit from Read Aloud. And so we're here to promote National Read Aloud Month, which asks families to make reading to their children 15 minutes a day a daily habit in their own homes.
Absolutely. Trish, why is book selection so important?
Well, it's important because when kids get to choose a book of their own, they take pride in that. They want to read it. And we get to serve as guides and sort of literacy ambassadors. But children know what they love. We also, through our wonderful partnership at Harris County Public Library, receive lists of books that children want to read. So through our annual book drive, which also just kicked off yesterday at Blackshear Elementary, we know what books kids are really eager to have, so we make sure they're stocked. When kids are reading things that they love, they're going home to read, and we think that that's so important.
Absolutely. Julie, aside from teachers and being in school, who else are some of the most influential people that can read to students?
Parents and volunteers. We have programs like the one here at Memorial Elementary School. We partner actually with the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo and have launched a reading roundup program. So volunteers can come in and read to a classroom and inspire the love of reading. And then we also have a program with HISD called Read Houston Read. And so volunteers can come in and again be a reading mentor to a child. So if you don't have a child at home, come to a school and read to one here.
What is the most favorite Dr. Seuss book that you notice the kids kind of grabbing for every time?
Oh, easy. I think it's Green Eggs and Ham.
Yeah,
they love Green Eggs.
Absolutely.
What comes in
lunch?
right. What comes in a close second?
Cat in the Hat.
Cat in the Hat, for sure.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Well, can we take a look inside of the van?
Absolutely.
Curiosity van. Come on in and take a look at these books. Left and right. Are these all Dr. Seuss books?
No, today was just Dr. Seuss books because we want children to celebrate this amazing writer and illustrator. But we have books from all kinds of different authors. We also have bilingual books, so children can choose. They get to come on the cruiser and choose books and start to build their own home libraries.
I love it. Thank you so much, Julie, Trish. This has been a wonderful experience. For more information on Dr. Seuss's birthday and the Barbara Bush Literacy Houston Foundation, just log on to houstonlife.tv. We'll be right back.
.com.
Well, welcome back. If you have wrinkles, crow's feet, gosh, I hate that word, or under eye bags, I mean, yes, we all do. There's a beauty product that promises to help reduce some of those key signs of aging. In just minutes, y'all, lifestyle expert Casey Messer is here to explain. Welcome back. Great to see you.
Always good to see you guys. Thanks for having me.
Well, your skin looks amazing, and I don't
so
see any of those things under your eyes, so I want whatever you're using.
Right, okay, so this is Plexiderm, and we know busy moms, I said, if you really want to age, go have a kid, because you will look so much older. No, the joys of having children, I would not give it up, but seriously, you do start to age so much faster once you have a kid. But here's my little secret weapon, this little beauty secret. It's rapid reduction serum, so you just apply a little bit, a little goes a long way. That's the kind of trick when it comes in a tiny bottle, you just need a small amount. So you put a little bit on, and here's the thing, it's gonna go to, like, you'll see results in minutes, but the key is to wait the full 10 minutes, which is hard to do. It's really hard not to make your face move while you're texting or doing something. You gotta wait 10 minutes. So I say, do your meditation while you're waiting for this to set the full 10 minutes.
Right, enjoy the silence maybe before those kids get up. And see, we see here our friend Richie Bags. We've seen him for a while using this product, and the before, his bags under his eyes are very significant.
Yeah, you know, he was pulled from the office. He's in accounting, and they said, oh, we're gonna be use you in our commercial. And he's like, oh, this is what I'm getting pulled for? But no, Richie's thanking Plexiderm because his eye bags, which are probably genetic, and maybe, you know, maybe he does have a couple kids who keep him up, you know, through the years, but those bags just start to disappear. And those three-dimensional ones, which is hard unless you do surgery, but who wants to do that and be going under the knife and the time down? So.
Absolutely. And look, we're looking at before and after photos of this product being used, again, Plexiderm, and it just takes a minute. But the other thing is, we don't have to just use this under our eyes, right, Casey?
Yeah, so when Plexiderm first came out, it was just those under eye bags, but people said, well, hey, it does so well here. What if I try my forehead? Or, you know, those, when I smile, I have those lines around my mouth. And then the other thing, people are using it under the neck, maybe aging. Also, if they've lost some weight, it's under the neck too. And then as you see the guys here, the guys are getting on board with this, you know, because it does dry clear. It comes out, it dries clear, you know, any skin type or any skin tone it works on.
And that's what I think is great too. And here's the bottom line. Yes, ladies, we've talked about this forever, right? We always want the next best thing, but the guys want to look rested. The guys don't want to walk around with those bags under their eyes as well.
And don't we, as the girls, you know, don't we have kind of like that graveyard box in our bathroom where the things go to die? We tried it, it didn't work.
But we never throw it away for some reason.
We're like, I might use it for something. This little thing, you know, it can be your secret weapon in your purse, or we say, you know, buy one for yourself and your friend, your sister, or, you know, the guys too. So.
Absolutely. And look at this. We're checking back in here with Richie, the before again, but look at this time lapse. It almost looks like he had surgery.
Right, surgery, or it's like, hey, did you use some kind of, you know, concealer under the eye? You know, a lot of times you're trying to hide something with makeup, but people have found when they use Plexiderm, you don't have to use the makeup that you once did use.
Or you're using less. Absolutely. Okay, we've seen it happen before our eyes. Let's hear the words, really, from a couple that's using this product.
Plexiderm was so easy to use. A little dab will do me. I looked in the mirror and I said, wow, I look like I'm back in college. There's no price for that. Plexiderm, you got a partner for life.
I could have 20 hours of sleep and people always say, oh, you look tired, which I'm 58, expect gravity to hit. So when I saw Plexiderm and I saw the advertisement, I definitely had reservations when I first came in to use the product. And looking in the mirror, I could definitely say it's a winner. And I think every woman in America would want to use it, whether they're young. And I've had bags from the time I was 28 years old to 58. And I'll wait till I'm 75 to get the whole facelift. But maybe with Plexiderm, I won't need it.
That is truly amazing. I mean, we've seen the transformation before our eyes. We're hearing the testimonials. The other great thing, you know, we sit in a makeup chair. We have makeup artists hide whatever it is that we need to hide. But makeup artists are now loving this product as well.
Yes, so you can use this with makeup, wait the full 10 minutes, apply to a clean, dry face, and use oil-free moisturizers and makeup. And then just lightly, you know, be very light as you apply it, because it is like this matrix effects of the lifting and tightening.
Yeah, and again, you don't need that much makeup. And let's hear from Sandy, who's a makeup artist.
Hi guys, my name is Sandy Marinese. I'm a professional hair and makeup artist, and one of the #1 question that I always get in my chair is, can you make me look younger? So we had a few people that we applied it to, and some of them at first I was like, oh, I don't know if this is gonna work. And I was so impressed how fast, efficient, and how well it really worked. Now I could really say to people, yes, I can make you look younger.
Okay, yeah, I want to sit in her chair
I know,
immediately, right? But this is what she's using on all of her clients, which is so great. Let's check back in with Richie. We saw the beginning of the time lapse. We are nearing that 10-minute mark, and oh my word, he looks like a different person.
Yes, he really does, you know, and we told him not to smile because that's the thing. You got to be still when you apply this, wait the 10 minutes. But he was so happy. He's like, man, you know, where did they go? It's like it's this Botox in a jar. It's this miracle in a little jar, this little serum.
And here's the thing. If you don't want the expensive injections, or you're thinking, I don't want to put anything like that in my face, that's the thing. You don't need to worry about that.
This even bridges the gap. A friend who's a marathon runner, her Botox, 8 weeks and it's gone. So this can be your, you know, bridging the gap if you can't get to the doctor's office as much as you kind of want to. So, you know, if you don't want to go under the knife, don't want injections, this is your little secret.
Yeah, because it metabolizes quicker in everybody's body. Let's talk about the special offer I know that you have for our viewers.
I mean, paying full price is so 2019. We've got 50% off for our viewers. You know, we love you guys. We love coming here. So it's plexiderm.com, and you can, you know, get a bottle for yourself and for your best friend.
Absolutely. Share the wealth. By the way, guys, to learn more about this and to get in on that special offer, call 1-800-923-7063, or simply, here's the easiest thing to do, log on to plexiderm.com. That's where you can get your full order and get that one for your friend too. Casey, thanks for making us look young and amazing.
Us moms got to stick together.
Yeah,
right?
girl, because we're like operating on no sleep and we look good.
Right.
It's all because of this. Great to see you. We'll be right back.
9.
This is the part where we say goodbye. See you tomorrow.
Bye.